Alright, first of all, I don't know where the chat went. There's the chat. Awesome. Very laggy. Awesome. You can't have it any other way. Here's the bingo card. We are so close to getting a bingo. If there's a new Maya ship, I love how that one in the corner is crossed off twice. I don't know what. Mentor dies. Wow, I feel like we're good. Oh, I forgot to check off Edgeworth appears in the last case. I gotta fix that. Let me fix that real quick. We're so close to getting a bingo in so many different places. Alright, let me fix this while we enjoy the music. Oh, there we go. It's updated already. Lovely. And now we hide it, and we continue on with the game. I don't remember where we are at the moment. Here we go. Oh, we're about to give Simon therapy. Right. Here we go, Simon. Let me hear the voice of your heart. The broken courtroom is so funny. I love how Miles is also... I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Sykes. She's just standing there, menacingly. But when I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return. And then I committed the act. How cathartic it was. Okay, well, how about you shut your mouth? Oh, I'm wrong? When we view your emotions alongside your testimony, we find the unexpected emotion. Wait a minute, there really isn't anything strange here. I don't know, but I think maybe we made a mistake, Mr. Wright. I think maybe you're right. No, you're right. That's no. I mean not right like my name. I mean right. You're correct. Okay, let's take another look. There must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere. You know what I have to do real quick? I have to Google what cathartic means because I don't know. Cathartic meaning. Relief. It's relief. Is there any other? No, it's relief. Okay.
Wait.
So.
Where
Oh!
are my glasses?
I didn't even see this part.
I can't find my glasses.
Excuse me. Ah, yes, I'm happy Athena here. Found it! I found it. I'm so good at therapy. I'm a licensed therapist.
Where are my fucking glasses?
This feeling of happiness. Even though the person you were looking for wasn't there, you felt happy. Why is that? Simple. When I was looking for Athena and I not found her, yet I grew worried. So when I saw her in the robotics lab, I was happily relieved. Merely that. Down to 40? I don't even know what the first level was. Just now you said that you went to the Space Center to kill Dr. Sykes. But the first thing you did was look for her daughter instead? I had no intention of harming Athena, so I wanted to confirm that she was safe first. It was just part of my plan, nothing contradictory about that. I don't think I said that word correctly. Contradictory. Gah! The second I find an inconsistency, he cuts it down. Can you read?
Simon knows the principles of analytical psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For now.
Yes, that's true.
There's less noise now, but I don't see any instabilities we can latch onto.
I was afraid of that.
Excuse me.
We'll just have to keep chipping away at him. Let me read that again. We'll just have to keep chipping away at him then, bit by bit. Could you update his testimony, Athena? Is it lagging for you? Oh, you're muted. You got it, boss. Nope, there you go. Now Athena's lagging. Okay. I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Sykes. He's... Pat. When I found Athena in the robotics lab, I was relieved. But I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return. And then when she did, I plunged the katana in. Menacing. Can't you see? I'm a licensed therapist. Not even you can falsify your emotions, Prosecutor Blackwell. I can gaslight myself, though. What? When he said that you killed I thought it said krilled. I'm like, what? Dr. Sykes, in your testimony, you felt sadness. Why would someone who had lain in wait to kill her be sad at her death? Such an obvious attack. Yes, I felt sadness, but it wasn't for her. I felt sorrow for Athena and her circumstances. Gah. He can't be talking about that, can he? I was just a convenient subject for her research. Okay. Dr. Sykes was so intent on her research, she forced her daughter to undergo experiments. My objective was to save Athena from an obsessive scientist who treated her own daughter like a research subject. I just spilled my peach juice everywhere. Sorry. Not really. It's carbonated water. But it is peach. What? I went to the psychology lab first. That's where I would usually find Athena playing. But that day was different. I heard someone crying in the robotics lab next door. It was Athena being subjected to yet another experiment. I thought as I went to see... I'm going to retell this in a style of first person. Conveniently, Athena had cried herself to sleep, so all I had to do was wait and kill. So that's why he was relieved when he saw Athena. But is this story really true? I'm not sure how much to believe. Okay, I believe. Athena walked in on her mom and she was already dead, and Simon walked in and said, "Oh my gosh, she's dead." And then Athena cry, and then Simon go, "Maybe I should do something so it doesn't look like she killed her, 'cause it looks like she killed her."
That's alright.
Yeah. How are you doing, Athena? Still hanging in there? What? Still hanging in there?
I'm a lot stronger than I look, boss.
Yeah, I know. I was told you, suplexed the whole police officer.
Yeah, I suplexed Apollo when I first met him, though.
Apollo?
That doesn't matter. Wait, was it Apollo or was it the guard?
It was the guard onto Apollo.
And same difference. Now take a look at this. The noise level actually increased.
Look, it's 60 now. Numbers. It went up?
Emo pig.
I've never seen it do that before.
Prosecutor Blackwell is lying somewhere in his testimony as to not belong to be transferred. He's piling lie on top of lie, and it makes him sound more believable. He's trying even harder to suppress his true feelings, and that's what's causing the noise.
How in the world should I approach this? An evidence-based approach might work if I can find a contradiction. Otherwise, I should look for an inconsistency in his emotions. There are no flaws in my testimony, and his baldness is prepared to give his verdict. Give up on this lost cause and let the law free me of these chains already. Nuh-uh. I don't think so. Not while I'm around.
No.
Oh, okay. Millennial pause right there. Jeez. Now, contradictory testimony or inconsistent emotions? Which should I tackle first?
What did you tackle first?
We'll do emotions first. Okay, let's look for inconsistent emotions.
Got it, boss. But if you want to try looking for a contradictory statement instead,
Okay, I guess you want me to do that. Fine. Oh, okay.
just let me know. I can easily switch over.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
How about I just look in the court, right? I can look in the court.
You look so goofy in this segment,
know!
I swear.
I love how he just slides up to the door. It's so funny.
Goofy.
Moon earring. I don't know why I have this. Robots with heart. Okay. Yeah, what's that doing on the floor there? My question.
Everything will fall into place, I think. I don't know.
Just like Matus fell to her. Just like Phoenix fell off the bridge.
I hope you go cry. How dare you. Matus.
I opened the door. That's what he said.
He looks stupid in this shot. Okay, look,
Curse
I
my
kept
luck.
making fun of him when I hate how he looks in this.
I found some picture of some random samurai guy with a red headband. He looked cool, so I copy his okay. Next. Your anger and sad.
It's very sad.
Okay, you're less angry than sad. Curse my luck. Oh, hold on a minute. Do I have Ponko's testimony? Because... Pardon me. I heard crying. Of course I was worried. Why were you scared, though? I'm gonna ask about that. Question! No. Awesome. Wait a minute! I'm wrong! Okay.
Yeah.
You were so surprised that she was there, and you were surprised that Sykes came. Sykes. You are extremely sad.
Stupid. Oh my gosh.
Okay, continuing. Let's go his testimony. Okay, let's compare the testimony with the evidence one more time.
You have to like present evidence when you like object to a statement.
Yes.
I was struggling with that last night.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't know you had. Yeah, I didn't know you had to present evidence.
I hurried over and opened the door to a robotics lab before I could. Curse my luck! I refused to hand over Athena, so I had no choice but to— Wait, I can press still, can I? No. What? Excuse me. No pressing? You're wrong.
Have you done this segment already?
No. Operating table. Okay, but there is awesome. Yeah, awesome. Hope capsule. I can't Doom.
He's so stupid. I hate this guy.
I had no choice but to kill my mentor.
I hate him.
Okay, I don't got anything. Let's just press on like this. Oh no, that just wants me to redo it. Yes, I understand. She was sad and not very silly. Okay, go back to this. There's no bar, so I'm just gonna press everything, and if he gets mad at me, boo-hoo. Cry me a river. Nope. Nope.
We already pressed that one.
Did I? I don't remember.
Yeah, you did.
I'll just press everything, and you know, it will work eventually. That's usually how it works.
Surprise.
What? Is it because it's so much? There's lots of surprise? How odd.
I mean, why would he surprise if he came into the room and just saw, and when he heard Athena crying?
A child crying! I don't know. That's what he sounded like, obviously. Why would you register surprise at opening the door to the lab?
But he heard her crying.
Alright, fine. I'll explain if I must. What surprised me was Ponko. That toy figure attacked me. Dr. Sykes knew full well of my plan to rescue Athena, but she couldn't stand guard over her daughter 24 hours a day. So Dr. Sykes had Ponko do it? That's right. She ordered Ponko to forcibly remove me on sight. So I slashed Ponko up. Objection! Add that to your testimony. Objection! So I slashed Ponko up with the katana that was there in the lab. Objection! 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 That rickety old puppet wasn't worthy of that fine blade. Objection!
Objection! Mr. Wright, it's happening again. There's even more noise now.
I like this. This is... I don't like this. It's at 100% now. What's going on here? I would like to know that too. Right, what are you doing? I am giving him a therapy session. You don't seem to be very good at it.
Whenever we find an opening, he covers it up with more lies.
I know what to do now.
We'll never get rid of the noise at this rate.
I know what to do now. It's pretty hard to keep telling coherent lies like that. Lila Rossi, is that you? His mind will really... His mind and will are... Shoot. His mind and will really are as sharp and strong as a katana. Let me just... Oh, slap my face. Bro, millennial pause much? Okay. Here we go. By cutting it into
Feels like
pieces.
an action figure. The other one, yes. Yay!
Compounding
Excuse me,
lies
Sarah
with
Blackwell.
more lies is never the answer, Prosecutor Blackwell. Take a look at this photo. That's a photo of supposed moment of the murder, isn't it? How many more times must I see that witch damned me, shit, for my sin? The ironic thing is, I think this picture is actually going to be your savior now. See the blood stain on the end of Ponko's arm where it was severed with the katana? I hope you aren't claiming it's the robot's blood, Mr. Wright. No. Most likely, the blood was transferred there from the bloody katana. The katana already had blood on it, so then it must have been the victim's blood. That's right. But if that's the case, we found a glaring inconsistency. Damn it! He's a good lawyer.
Damn it.
You said in your testimony that you cut up Ponko and then you killed Dr. Sykes. But in spite of that, the victim's blood is already on Ponko's arm in this picture. What? But that couldn't be! Exactly. In order for the blood to have transferred from the sword to Ponko's arm, the victim must have been stabbed first before the robot was slashed. In other words, Prosecutor Blackwell, your entire testimony is nothing but a giant ball of lies. One, not A. Sorry.
Same difference.
Tell the court the truth, Prosecutor Blackwell. Now!
Chad has
You-
a segment here.
You have no idea what you're doing!
His voice. There's so much discord. Hearing not just one or two, but a bunch of rampaging emotions here. It's hard to describe. It's like a violent whirlpool or something.
Phoenix Wright, you will pay for this! The courtroom? No, I'm broke. I can't. I have never been forced to reveal so much, but the rest I'll take to my grave. Prosecutor Blackwell, you were on the witness stand. You were obligated to tell the truth. Isn't that the rule of a courtroom?
All these complex emotions. They seem to be flowing from one source. I think whatever he really saw that day is what's causing these feelings.
I'm pretty sure he
Bro,
thinks
it's
you killed her.
really traumatizing.
Oh.
This is what happened with Zed in his trial.
Following the sound of criming? Yeah, crime. It happened. Oh, everywhere.
Criming.
Crying.
Yeah,
I opened the lab door and then... Ah! Jump scare! There I saw that terrible scene. What am I supposed to be doing here? Before I could lead
Just
Athena
cycle
out of
through
there, curse my luck, Dr. Sykes came in. Boink! Okay. Ay, dissonance in the chords. Wow. Oh, I forgot. This happens. Right. That terrible scene. Yes, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
It's so...
It's R. No, but it has to be. But it has to be. It has to.
It's lagging. It's lagging so hard for me.
Robotics lab? Honka? Maybe it was Athena. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. When you opened the door and saw Athena, you became overwhelmed by your emotions. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Blackwell? You should know better. And I thought it's pathetic. I admit I'm terrified to speak of it. Prosecutor Blackwell, Miss Sykes is innocent. Hello. I'm not gonna read that. I will always believe that with all my heart. Now, can't you find it within yourself to believe in me too? Athena is innocent, huh?
Miles across the courtroom.
I believe in you. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. I know. I needed to tell you. Yeah, thank you. Can you honestly say that you believe that to be true, right, Dono? I give you my word. Now tell me what you really saw when you opened that door.
A lot of things.
I am right.
A lot of things.
I am right. Curse you, Phoenix Wright.
No, you're Vento
I'm
Hanto.
right. No, I'm right.
No, you're Vento Hanto.
Vento Hanto Naruhodo. Awesome. It was a tragedy. One I'll never forget. When I arrived at the lab...
Oh, wait, no, I can't.
Dr. Sykes was already dead. I knew it! He thinks Athena killed... She was lying on the operating table, while the bloody katana lay on the floor. And standing between the two, covered in blood, was Athena. I'm gonna save that till after. She smiled, with a far-off look in her eyes, as she sweetly said, "Something's wrong with Mom, so I'm taking her apart to fix her." I knew it! I'm so smart! I should stop smiling, shouldn't I? That's what I saw. And now you have it. The truth that you so desperately wanted.
Oh, I forgot, Tina. I forgot this isn't the end. Oh.
No. Prosecutor Blackwell finally tells the truth. And this is what it is? It's beyond devastating.
I tried to take my mother apart. I
Still are not the murderer.
no. Oh, whatever. I'm not doing that.
No! There we go. Half-assed attempt. My dad is still home doing work. And I'm playing Ace Attorney. It's much more important.
I'm eating right now. So it was me. I'm the one who killed my mother.
Objection! Athena! As I said, right. The truth isn't always pretty. Murder.
Like you would know.
Excuse me? Who said that? Prosecutor court, shut up.
Okay.
Murder. Disassembly on an operating table. A scientist using her daughter as a guinea pig. Sadly, it appears that my theory was correct after all.
Objection!
It's true that Athena didn't take her mother's research. Sorry, I hate this. But.
Honestly.
You dare cast aspersions on my mentor by claiming Athena was used in such a manner? Dr. Sykes would be awkward with people. But she loved her daughter with all her heart.
You're the one that said it. She loved me.
Boot up that silly device right now, see if I'm lying. Throw a rock at me, Phoenix Wright, see if I'm lying. Okay. Throws the Makatama at him. Your mother... right, not that ridiculous rock again. Your mother hated to see you suffer because you could hear the voices of people's hearts. She wanted to set you free of your pain, so she worked tirelessly on her research. Do you remember those headphones you hated so much?
Yes. My head hurt every time I wore them.
No, Athena. It's just the opposite. They emitted sound waves to nullify emotional input from the voices of people around you. Your power was much stronger than it is now. And those headphones were what enabled you to carry on with everyday life.
No. It can't be true. Then why? Why would I have done something like that to somebody who loved me so much?
Simple, you didn't kill her and you thought that people and robots were the same, so... Her love for you was real. That I can guarantee. That's why I knew. That what happened had to be some kind of mistake. I couldn't let you be punished for it. So you took the blame yourself.
God, I hate the reveal.
You and your mentor are more alike than you know. Ponko was a witness, so I put it in the case. Held Athena close and vacated
He's
the
so
lab.
hot.
Pardon me? Prosecutor court, please! I threw Ponko away in the boarding lounge trash chute and hid the case on the Space Center grounds. I feel very out of place with my voice in the moment. It would seem that we now have all the facts of this case. No, he didn't. No, he don't. No, not yet. It can't end like this.
Objection!
Do not disgrace yourself, Mr. Wright. The truth has been revealed.
No.
Or are you the type of man to turn your back to things that disagree with you? I'm not... But this... I can't give up now. I have to say something. Anything, even if it's a bluff. I've always managed to pull through that way in the past. I have to make it work. The defense is... prepared to... present evidence.
Is that right?
Yes, Athena?
It's okay. You can stop now. I don't want you or anyone else to suffer any longer for my sake.
Athena, what are you saying?
I killed my mother. That's the truth. Oh shit. My mom's actually awake now.
Lol. How do I shut? If only you could see my cursor right now, because I'm hovering over Athena's...
I can see.
Awesome.
it.
Alright. Alright, you see this? And then... Woo!
Yes.
Woo! Wow! Woo, very clean. What a clean hilt. Twist it! Twist thy head!
I see. Twist thy head.
Twist thy...
It's just like Prosecutor Edgeworth said. We have to face it, no matter how much it hurts. One sec.
You know, Edgeworth, maybe you should stop making kids, like, confront their really shitty past. Edgeworth. I mean, Phoenix also did that too, Edgeworth. No, it usually happens like this. I admit my guilt. I said that terribly. I admit my guilt. But could I please be granted just one chance to tell everyone what I recall? It appears Miss Sykes is much braver than you, Mr. Wright. What say you, Your Honor? In light of her courage, will the court give Miss Sykes this opportunity to confess? Sorry. Very well.
You're a good judge.
If you would, please take the stand, Miss Sykes.
A good grandpa.
No. Ahem.
Thank you for letting me do this, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
It wasn't me, bro.
And thank you, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Blackwell, for letting the truth be known.
Man, I wish Naruhodo Ryunosuke was here.
Now we can finally move forward, and everyone's suffering can come to an end.
Where's Pearls? Pearls, can you get Mia up in here?
Actually, I'm not sure when she pops up again.
Athena, because she should be with Athena.
Yeah, I watched this case.
Prosecutor Blackwell will be cleared, and the dark age of the law can come to an end. Yes, admit your guilt, and bring everything to its conclusion. He says as he glances at Phoenix over and over again. You have something, don't you? Please say you have something.
Please. I killed my mother.
I killed my father. Twinsies. Miles. Sorry.
Whoa, that's crazy. My memory is still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. My bad. I'm fine. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hand and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. Sorry, I choked on a Tic Tac. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle onto my fingers.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Twinsies!
Oh great Karuma, twist thy head.
Triplets, actually, if you count Zed. Your Honor, please find me guilty.
I dare say. These are all memories that no one but the murderer would have.
You would know, wouldn't you?
I
I
mean, it was a bad dream. Ooh. No, it wasn't. I say thank you for your confession. I believe this trial has gone on long enough. We've been in longer trials. Do you remember the case of Lana Sky? But before we conclude, does anyone have a counter-argument? I do. Objection. I do. Me. I'm raising my hand.
Objection.
Me.
Objection!
Yes!
Yay.
I haven't got a chance to cross-examine her yet, Your Honor. Mr. Wright!
Mr. Wright. Why?
Cosma couldn't be the killer. I mean, who said that? Sorry.
I killed her. I remember that.
No, you don't. You're gaslighting yourself.
Any counter-argument now is pointless.
Objection!
Don't tell me you've forgotten one of the basic tenets of lawyering. Always
Lawyering?
believe in the client to the bitter end. Athena, you are not a murderer.
Objection!
I said that you never change. But could you have actually regressed in these past 8 years? I won't stand for your childish emotionalism getting in the way of the truth. Cross-examine her, right? Cross-examine her. Emotionalism?
Whoa.
Don't lecture me on matters of the heart, Edgeworth.
Screenshot.
Because I can see straight into a person's soul. Yes, Cyclops.
I did a little research. I looked into those special psych locks you mentioned, Mr. Nick. Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself.
Dissociative, amnesia.
Dissociative amnesia.
Yeah, there's still a chance. Somewhere deep in Athena's heart. There might still be a memory that not even she knows about yet. It might be like looking for a grain of sand somewhere in the cosmos, but still. That memory might contain a new fact that could prove her innocence.
Oh, I forgot how long this trial goes out.
I hope for everyone's sake that you're not just bluffing, Mr. Wright. Now then, is there...
He's the king
or
of
is
bluff.
there not a problem with Miss Sykes' confession? There's a problem. There's a big problem. Big problem.
Can we just skip ahead of this? Fucking flashback.
Flashback to the testimony. There was definitely something wrong with her memory of the event. I can just tell. There's a problem with her confession. Please bring it to the court now.
Take that!
Isn't that the katana the defendant used to kill the victim, Mr. Wright? I respectfully and vehemently disagree, Your Honor.
I remember it. I remember holding the weapon and getting blood on my fingers.
Yes, you remember it just as much as Edgeworth remembers shooting his own father. Whoa, right. That was so long. Please.
Right.
That's like...
Crazy.
Bro, 11
Marriage
years ago.
drama.
That's
Marriage
exactly
drama.
my point. If blood really did get on your fingers as you were holding it, there should be blood on the handle. But please focus the handle of the sword. There's not a trace of blood on it. And therefore, this is clearly a contradiction of the facts.
You're right.
Yeah, that's my name.
I was expecting you to make that joke.
Objection!
Your Honor, shut up. The defendant must have simply confused a portion of her memories. She mentioned it was hazy to begin with, and we can't mull over every minor Edward, shut up!
Objection!
You're the one always going on.
But she also said there is no question. I remember it. A fact we can't ignore. In that case, why don't you explain what this contradiction with her memories means? Gladly. Just give me a sec to think of something. I want to say Athena didn't stab anyone. But she said it herself that she remembers the feeling of committing the act. Think, Phoenix, think! What could the contradiction with Athena's memories mean? Miss Sykes said blood flowed down the handle, but the katana's handle is spotless. So, it doesn't follow what the defendant must... Sorry, doesn't it follow that the defendant must have used a weapon other than the katana? What are you up to this time?
backdrop is insane.
This is it. This time I found just the thing to end Athena's nightmare for good. The weapon that took Dr. Sykes' life was the katana, that much is for sure. So if I can show a possibility that Athena didn't use the katana, it could help me prove her innocent. And if it wasn't, you say, what weapon would that be exactly? Right. Of course you would ask that. I can see you're floundering, Mr. Wright. Did you speak without thinking again as always? How does he do that? But I can't back down. Not here, not now. That's right. I'm right. I did. Because it's so obvious, it doesn't require any thought. What did you say? Okay. So maybe that was an exaggeration. But there has to be something. Was there some other bladed weapon in the robotics lab that day? Maybe there's something in one of the crime scene photos. Wait a minute. There is something! There's a high probability that that was in the lab.
Yes.
I don't... Shit!
Yes. Yes.
Ano daw?
Yes. Ano ba? Ano ba naisip mo?
Where's the other picture? Picture! Ano? Picture! Picture!
Nasaan yung ibang picture?
Wait. I do have a piece of evidence just like it. Other than the katana, this is another blade that may have been at the crime scene.
What is Bo doing?
No, not auto. What's the history button? T. Something on a crime scene. Wait a minute, there is something! High probability that was in the lab. I don't have evidence of a particular weapon right now, but...
Yes.
The problem with this thing is that they're... Blood, no. Also, it's...
But that may... Another blade that may have been at the crime scene.
There had to have been. There's a cut in the jacket.
It should be like a second cam where it's just like me watching all of this going down and screaming without voicing it.
Lovely. I don't care. Something just like it. Earring. Awesome. Yeah, moonwalk, you mean?
Totally.
I do have a piece of
Hilarious.
evidence just like it. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. That's what I'm thinking right now. But this, I don't know why I still have this. That's Clay's blood, right?
Yes.
Because it stabbed Clay.
But like, look at the words again, in the history.
Just like it. Okay.
I don't.
No, Oh, wait, I'm right. But that's the murder weapon in the Clay Terran case! Yes, this is the knife that took Mr. Terran's life. But there must have been a knife just like this at the scene 7 years ago as well. Toolkits containing utility knives like this one are issued to Space Center employees.
Ah!
And a robotics lab especially would naturally have one of those around. You know, that's how Von Karma used to threaten me into doing what he wanted. But besides the katana— What? Sorry, pause. Edgeworth, are you still stuck on it? No. But besides the katana, no other bladed weapon was found at the site. It was in the investigation report, if you didn't know. Of course I knew that. Once you told me just now.
Such a loser.
And then here's something else you knew. You already knew. Oh. And then there's something else you already knew. There was a toolkit at the scene, but it didn't contain any blades. Here's a photo of its contents. They're not in order, and I don't like it. You're right, I don't see any kind of bladed tool. Fine. But isn't there something odd about the design on these handles? Yeah, they're not. I'm pretty sure it's the Gaxa whatever. Is it Gaxa?
Gaxa? I don't know.
Gaxa.
I don't know how you pronounce it.
Gaxa. NASA, the Ace Attorney NASA.
Ace Attorney NASA.
Therefore, it was no other bladed weapon in the room.
Objection!
I disagree. This toolkit contained a knife. And what proof do you have of that? Well, don't tell me your eye for art is failing you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You are the last person in the world who should be criticizing my aesthetic sense. You have a steel samurai statue in your room. No. Your office. No less. No.
Can't confirm. I was there like 2 hours ago.
He is simply watching out for your ocular health. Please proceed, Mr. Wright. Notice that the handles of each of these tools have a sort of design on them. Oh, I see that they do. But what significance does it have? Make me do a Professor Layton puzzle and order them up. It's clear. Oh, sorry,
That'd be
Phoenix. It's clear that one of the tools is missing from this kit. If we were to rearrange the tools in a specific pattern, we might be able to tell which part of the overall design is missing. Is that the theory your pitiful sense of aesthetics helped you come up with? I bought your suit for you, right? You didn't shop on your own. Edgeworth, just let it go, man. Show the court then, if you would. What pattern or design would we see if we rearrange the tools? Boom.
Take that!
And what design is this supposed to represent? The Gaxa logo, Your Honor. It's on all the Space Center's documents and pamphlets. If you're aware, Gaxa is the program that operates in the cosmos. I don't think we're gonna get the funny dialogues if I don't present the right thing, because I'm doing pretty good right now. I have full health. That operates the Cosmos Space Center. Flashback, 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 flashback. Ah! I think I see it now, thanks to the flashback. But... yes, with just the tool shown in this photo, the red A part is missing. The logo is missing. And this is where the murder weapon from the Terran case comes into play. If we were to place the utility knife in the open slot... wow! It would complete
Whoa,
the
how
Gaxa logo.
convenient.
So it would! And that means... admit it, Mr. Edgeworth. My aesthetic sense is keener than yours. And while you're at it, admit that the weapon Miss Sykes used could have been this one. No! Straighten your back, Miles. You're gonna get some back pain. Order! Order in the court! Miss Sykes confessed to having memory of stabbing the victim. Admittedly, Miss Sykes mostly did stab someone using the utility knife. However, the weapon used to kill Dr. Sykes was the katana. Therefore, the act of stabbing that Miss Sykes remembers couldn't be that of Dr. Sykes. Sorry. That was pathetic, right? Try again. Very well. Let's suppose for a minute that Miss Sykes did use the utility knife. Tell me. How does that change anything? Come again? What if the katana was only being used as a decoy to conceal the true murder weapon? What if the real weapon that took the victim's life was the utility knife? Don't be ridiculous! Or are you changing the premise of your entire argument? Nuh-uh. Did I use that correctly? Sebastian taught it to me. I'm merely offering a hypothetical situation derived from your logic. Miss Sykes could have put blood on the katana to make it look like the murder weapon. And then concealed the knife on her personage, I'm French now, until Blackwell carried her away. That does clear up the contradiction between Miss Sykes' memories and the evidence. If in fact the murder weapon is a utility knife, then fate has dealt you a cruel hand. With a capital F, for some reason. For you have just proven the knife's existence to the rest of us with your own logic.
Objection!
The prosecution is attempting to lead the court.
Objection!
You're the one attempting to lead the court, Mr. Wright, by forcing us to forget the facts of this case. Need I remind you that there were only 2 people in the lab at the time of the murder? And that the defendant herself recalls stabbing someone with her own hands? No. It matters not whether the murder weapon was a katana or a utility knife, as long as we know that the victim and the defendant were the only ones there. You cannot escape the fact that it was Athena Sykes who killed her own mother. I don't believe
Did
it.
she?
Why? Why does this keep happening? Every time I find a contradiction, it vanishes and the suspicion keeps coming back. It's almost as if... Now you're finally starting to get it. Your contradiction keeps vanishing because the charge is true. And the suspicion keeps coming back to the defendant because that's where it belongs. Phoenix Wright, when will you open your eyes and accept the truth? I don't want to believe it. It can't be true. But what if... Mr. Wright, you fought a good fight. Let me drop some bars real quick. Yeah, Mr. Wright, you fought a good fight. You did, but you never can see the light because the truth always comes out once in a while. You never know.
What? Whoa, Grandpa. What the hell? Forgot the beat.
Fire, right? Mr. Wright, you fought a good fight and I think you've done all you can do.
Jesus Christ. That was actually like...
Those
that was
bars
so
were
funny.
ass. Is giving up really the only option? Pearls. Pearls. Trust. No. Snap out of it, Phoenix! What's the matter with you? Giving in to doubt. I can't look back. Forwards is the only way to go. No! Your Honor, not yet. This isn't over yet. Right.
Oh,
I can't lose sight of what's important. I believe in Athena. I'll always believe in her to the very end. A defense lawyer never gives up on his client. I have to pick myself up and stand firm. Make that brain of yours work, Phoenix! If I don't
miss
see a
Maya.
way, I'll just have to go back and look for one. Time to rethink this case. Thoroughly! Think. Whew, okay. I can see the fact that Athena must have stabbed someone with the utility knife. This must have been what Ponko witnessed as Athena's hug. But Prosecutor Blackwell didn't see the knife at the scene. This means someone must have removed it from the lab before he arrived. Who could have taken the utility knife from the lab? Someone else. A third person was in the omnibus. Sorry.
The fifth person.
The
on
fifth
the
person in the omnibus. If I trust in Athena, then I have to conclude that there was a third person at the scene. But according to Ponko's testimony, Athena and her mother were the only 2 there. So then how did this third person manage to escape Ponko's detection? I know! This person must have... their own face. Ponko's face? Their own face. The victim's face. Their own face.
What?
In the presence of a human being with a heartbeat. Recognizes the ID. Okay, their own face. But wait a minute. Ponko has a heartbeat detection system too. Even if they covered their own face, Ponko would still have detected their presence. She wouldn't have been able to tell who were there. Wait, that's it. Ooh, you! Sorry, I didn't read it, but... The culprit poses the victim. That would explain why Ponko thought only she and Athena were there. All they had to do was take advantage of Ponko's basic recognition features. The culprit used this in order to pose as a victim. The culprit could have posed as the victim by wearing her jacket with the ID tag on it. That still leaves the heartbeat detection system. How did the culprit get around that? It wouldn't have worked if Ponko could detect the real Dr. Sykes' heartbeat too. Does that mean Dr. Sykes was already dead by that time? If that's the case, then who did Athena stab? The real culprit. I am Big Brain. I'm Big Brain. I'm so Big Brain. That's it! The person Athena stabbed wasn't Dr. Sykes. It was the person who murdered her and then pretended to be her. The real culprit!
Wide ass forehead anyway. Who said that?
Yeah, Apollo's is bigger. Now that Mr. Wright has finally finished thinking, he doesn't do that often, let us bring this to a swift end. Please give us your verdict, Your Honor, so that we can move on to hostage negotiations. My daughter is in there, and I don't intend to have her killed. 2 of my daughters, actually. You're absolutely right, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I hereby...
Objection!
I didn't say I was finished. I was only pausing for a second. Millennial pause. Because I realized something so shocking I had to... Oh, sorry. Hold on. I had to take a break to digest it. But now I know for a fact Miss Sykes is innocent.
But Ponko saw me. She witnessed the moment of the crime.
Yes, Ponko did witness something. She saw the hug. In other words, the moment you used the utility knife. Utility knife. But the person you stabbed wasn't your mother. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? I'm saying a lot of words. Please keep up. The answer's simple. The person Miss Sykes stabbed was a third person, posing as Dr. Sykes. What?
Objection!
Trumpets, go! Okay. Do you really expect us to swallow that, Mr. Wright? According to the robot's statement, there was no third person there. Did you really think I wouldn't see through your ludicrous grab for time?
Objection!
After all we've been through, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm disappointed. Don't you know by now that this smile of mine means I have absolute confidence? Ha! You make that pose all the time, regardless of the facts. Klonko's strange malfunction. Mr. Terran, but you're talking to Apollo. That was another case of mistaken identity caused by a jacket ID tag. All because Klonko couldn't read Apollo's facial features due to that eye patch. Like Mr. Edgeworth said, a mask can nullify the robot's facial recognition, and then all the person would have to do is wear a jacket with the victim's ID tag to pose as her. All of the ridiculous theories. Of all the ridiculous theories, sorry, 3rd time's a charm. What good would a silly disguise like that do? Have you forgotten that the robot has also a heartbeat detection system? If there was a third person at the scene, the robot would have detected them. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but that doesn't count for much, I'm afraid. Because by that time, Dr. Sykes' heart had already stopped beating. What? So does that mean? Yes, Your Honor. The person Miss Sykes stabbed. This third person who's posing as Dr. Sykes is her mother's real killer. But that's... impossible! Oh, I peeked. My bad. So sorry, right?
Okay, I'm fine. The mask. The person I stabbed was wearing a mask?
Siphon Rain first.
No.
Order the court mistakes! Did you say something?
Who?
I mean,
I only know Chameleon.
yeah, him.
Mask? Yes, I remember.
Athena, what is it? Break! 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 Break!
The mask! How could he? What did he do to my mother?
Break.
My head.
Break! Miss X, are you alright? No! Break! Break it! Break it! Break it! Black psych lock. Come on, break it! Break it! They're breaking! Yes! 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 Oh my god! Break! Break! Oh, I wish I had a face cam. I wish I had a face cam.
Woohoo! It's all coming back to me. Everything that happened that day. My mother was murdered. The day my mother was murdered. Okay, whatever. Words.
That. Yes, your mother was murdered on that day. Did you forget?
No.
They're gone. The black cyclocks are finally gone. Right, what are you staring at? Edgeworth, take a look at this. Stop throwing rocks at me. Take that! You didn't really stab your mother, did you? It's alright, Athena. Just tell us what you saw that day.
Hold on. I was drawing a picture, and I went to show it to my mom. I opened the door, and then...
It's alright. I'm right here. You're safe, Athena.
That's right. She was on the floor by the workbench with the katana sticking out of her. There was a handkerchief over her face, but I knew it was her by her clothes. And there was a man there.
Hold it!
Man! I would choose a bear! Sorry. Quiet, Your Honor. Go on, Athena.
He tried to attack me. In the panic, I grabbed the knife that was there and... he dodged at first, so I only got his clothes. But I tried again.
Oh, you know how smart I am. I'm the smartest person in the world. Why did I not escape that escape room? Sherlock Holmes is just a liar. How about? And this time you got him, didn't you?
I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand.
Interesting. Everybody, if you have gloves, take it off right now. Everyone I know, please. Off. Ah, Blaze the Best,
Then
yes.
he kicked me, and I passed out.
Blaze the Best, you're
Blaze
hiding
the Best,
another
what
mark.
are you doing here?
Blaze the Best, are you hiding another mark? Okay.
And I came to, my mom wasn't moving. I had to do something. I had to fix her,
How
I
did you
thought.
lift her onto that thing? Oh.
So I asked Ponko to move her to the operating table.
Ponko.
Something's wrong with Mom. So I'm taking her apart to fix her.
So that's why she said that. Your Honor, as you can see, the defendant has just given us crucial new testimony. A man was there before Miss Sykes arrived. A man who covered the victim's face and put on the victim's jacket. This man is the real culprit. Miss Sykes, do you have any idea who this man was?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Phantom. A few moments ago, Miss Sykes mentioned a mask.
Phantom of 7 years past.
Athena, can you tell us anything else about that?
Yes, The mask. It was my mom's Japanese theater mask. I think it was the one hanging on the wall of the lab.
Ah, this mask hanging here on the wall.
It was kind of spooky, that mask. My mom used to tell me
Spoopy.
that the unknown mask even has the power to turn an ordinary human into a phantom. Kills myself. This is the
Phantom?
James's child.
Uh-huh. Well, let's see. That a new suspect has emerged. Was it
No.
Christoph Gavin? Sorry, I had to say that. I really had to say that. Right? Are you still hung up on your ex? No, he's, maybe. Okay, how about it was Dahlia Hawthorne? There, it was her. No, stop. All your exes are really bad.
Mr. Damn.
It means that all the suspicion against Mistakes has.
Oh no! Forgot about the coming part. You see, this is precisely why I can't trust the court system. Athena Sykes is the murderer. I won't accept any other verdict.
You're gonna have to. Miss Blackwell, this is not good.
A new suspect. Where's this proof this person ever existed?
We just gave you a ton of. Are you not listening?
Or I love you, but please, I want to bonk you on the head and tear out your horn. He says it wasn't all just a dream and the pretty little princess's little head.
Now you know what one of my
Froggy
dreams
little head.
was in the past, Miss Blackwell. Edgeworth, please down. My dream was shooting my father. She's right. We don't have any hard evidence of the masked man's existence.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I'll never be able to repay you for all you've done. But I'm fine now, because I can say with certainty that I didn't kill my mother.
Where did the strings come from?
Dee Dee.
Athena, I'm so glad for you.
More and more memories are coming back now. So I'd like to say one thing if I could. Pongo came to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. to recharge.
I went to the robotics lab about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Matus. And then Mommy Matus fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
See where you're going with this. Phoenix! If Mom...
Who said that?
If Dr. Sykes was really the killer in disguise.
Right. Then he must have come to robotics up before 2 p.m.
Ah! Sorry. Do I have anything here in the evidence that can help me find this person who came to the lab before 2 p.m.?
Take that!
I'm so good at this game. This is Prosecutor Blackwell leaving the scene after the incident at around 3 p.m. What I'm wondering is, does the video show anyone else passing by there before them? I don't see anything in the investigation report. Looks like they didn't check. Just as I thought. So if we rewind the footage and go back to around 2 p.m., we should be able to see the true culprit leaving the scene. Very well then. Let's take a look. There! Please stop it right there, as you can clearly see on the screen right now.
You know what's so infuriating?
Oh.
They just needed to go back to this tape slide and everything could have been cleared up. But no, they just pointed out Blackwell. Because that's the only thing that matters. I hate this game.
It's a twink.
The wink!
It's just like you said,
The
there's not
wink.
leaving the crime, the scene of the crime.
Miss Sykes,
The wink!
do you remember this person?
That's him! I'm sure of it! He's wearing my mother's jacket!
Flashback,
Wink.
flashback, flashback. Continuing.
Can you see it? There's a slash I made with a utility knife that day. I'm sure the knife is under that jacket somewhere.
So then, everything Miss Sykes said.
Exactly. It proves that Miss Sykes' memory was correct. Dr. Sykes' killer arrived at the robotics lab before 2 p.m. He killed her and hit her face with a handkerchief. Then he disguised himself with Dr. Sykes' jacket and mask that were in the lab. The culprit probably knew beforehand that Ponko charged up at
No.
2 p.m. every day.
Athena.
Oh, sorry.
So he waited for Pongo to come to the lab for her regular recharge.
Awesome. By leaving Dr. Sykes' jacket on, the culprit tricked Ponko into thinking he was Dr. Sykes. Thereby, making it look like she was alive up to that point in time. All to disguise the real time of death. Tisk, right. It's a nice theory, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid it's just not possible. What? Why not? The victim's jacket is clearly visible in there in the photo. And that right there is precisely the problem. The ID tag on the jacket at the scene confirms beyond a doubt that it belonged to the victim. If the person who left the lab truly was wearing the victim's jacket, then how could it possibly have wound up back at the crime scene? What's going on? That doesn't make any sense. Edward's right. If the culprit was wearing her jacket, how did it get back into the lab?
Edgeworth right. He's married.
I am Edgeworth's right. Sorry. The killer brought it back. The victim brought it. No, yeah, she got up from the dead and like haunted it back into the room. The defendant brought it back. The killer, it has to be, yeah. The killer, we're not gonna get any of the funny dialogues. Not unless it happens only during a cross-examination. The killer used the jacket as a disguise to make his escape. But in order to conceal that fact, he had to get the jacket back to the crime scene. So the culprit simply returned to the robotics lab later. Contradicting resolve. Did someone say resolve? Whoa, my ancestor! What are you doing here? I heard the word resolve and I came running as fast as I could.
Objection!
Aw.
Naruhodo Ryunosuke gets summoned at the word resolve. Of Naruhodo Ryunosuke. Except that it would have been impossible. Only people who came through the robotics lab after the killer were Prosecutor Blackwell and the people who reported the body. They claim that the jacket was there when they arrived. So, when do you propose this mysterious man had the chance of... Sorry.
A puzzling question indeed.
Did someone say a puzzle? Professor Layton, what are you doing here?
Oh shoot. Found something off in there.
When the body was found. When the body was found.
When the body was found.
The only time... I'm so good at this game. I'm guessing all of these. The only time the culprit could have returned the jacket was when the body was found. Mr. Wright, do you realize the implication of that argument? I do.
No.
Most people, when they come across a murder, focus their attention on the body. The culprit could have taken advantage of the split second to plant the jacket. In other words, the true culprit of this case, the man known as the Phantom, was one of the first people to discover the body.
Something. Sorry, I pressed the spacebar too fast. Order in the court. What is the meaning of this, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
The body was discovered and reported by a group of 3 people. They were there to collect the space probe's capsule in preparation for the HAT-1 launch. One of those people had a special bag to transport the capsule in. Oh, you mean the shock-resistant bag? Correct. I suppose that if the jacket was in that bag, sorry, it would never return to the scene of the crime without anyone noticing. It could have been, sorry. I suck at this game. I mean, I suck at speaking. I'm good at this game, but I'm bad at speaking. I'll see to it that you get the reports on those 3 people. You will? We should also check the facial recognition database for that robot. This person felt the need to hide his face with a theater mask. It might mean that his facial data was once registered.
Prosecutor Edward! What does this mean?
I have to admit, I believe Miss Sykes' memories to be credible. Just like how my memories of shooting people, of throwing a gun in the general direction of my father was credible. You win, right? Not that this was ever an official trial anyways.
Did my ears deceive me? Prosecutor Edward, are you...
Yes. Hi. Hi, Lee.
Are you actually conceding?
Discord crashed? My Discord? Oh.
Dude, what happened?
I don't know.
Discord crashed, lol.
Hold on, I got pinged.
Is it True Boss? Does this mean I'm...
I can't believe it. It's over. I won. I proved that both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell are innocent. Your Honor, I see no need to further prolong this trial. Hold on, Mr. Wright. This is Ace Attorney. We have to find the culprit. Have you forgotten who's in charge of this trial?
That's right, I'm the one who's supposed to see. I do not need to further prolong.
Shut your face. Not you either, Your Honor. Now silence.
The little princess who was truly beloved by Matis, and who repaid that love with death. All these years, hating Athena was the only thing that kept me going.
All these years, chasing the Avatar was the only thing that kept me going.
But what do I do now? Can anybody tell me? How am I supposed to go on?
So here's the thing. You release the hostages. Alright. Awesome. That's it. Miss Blackwell. How unlike you, Aura. Matis was deeply passionate about her work, and she chose you as her partner. Isn't that...
Shut up, Simon. You know exactly how I felt about her.
Yes, I know you were planning to propose to her.
Her respect as a coworker wasn't all that I wanted.
I get it. You wanted to propose to her.
Then what did you want from...
Are you stupid? Did you really just go there? You're on... Oh my god!
They all know. They all
Aura,
know.
there is something I've wanted to say. If you will lend me an ear. I have in my position... a lead
Possession?
on... Position, sorry. Shit. Possession. Just like Lego Ninjago Season 5. A lead on whose Matis's murderer is. You do! Right, Dono. You asked me about the identity of the Phantom of 7 years past. That's right. The Phantom. The person Blackwell has been looking for. Even from behind bars. 7 years ago, somebody hatched a plan to sabotage the Hat 1 rocket. The spy. But there was no What? He was no ordinary spy. We knew not about him, his background, appearance.
Damn, is that you?
We came to refer him as Chameleontis. I mean, the Phantom. Timpani, bass, cello. Awesome. At the time, I was working with the police to hunt him down. And then one day, a miracle occurred, and I obtained a lead on him.
Oh, how exciting! What was the lead?
Something about... London tailors, I don't know. Recording of the Phantom's voice. But the quality was too poor for proper voice analysis. Yet I had hope. Aura's co-worker was a scientist who could analyze human emotions. So I asked her to evaluate the recording of using analytical psychology. Shit. And the scientist was Dr. Sykes. No shit. No shit, Sherlock. I'm no hit, Herlock, sorry. A spy's greatest fear is to have his true identity discovered. In addition to the Hat 1, Dr. Sykes' results, the recording were surely among his targets. This music is making me speed up and I'm panicking. But the search of the Space Center bore no fruit. There are a lot of straight people in there, so he must have started to panic.
He couldn't find them. Where could they have been?
Who was to say? Perhaps in my hand. Wow, I bet he's never let that out of his sight all these years. How in the world did you smuggle them into prison? Now I have my ways. What's more, my partner is especially talented at this sort of thing. Taka.
Taka!
I work to lure the Phantom in by spreading rumors throughout the underworld. What? I was even granted permission to prosecute cases to attract the Phantom's attention. Just try to revive your identity, you bloody butcher, became my taunt. And what about the results Dr. Sykes drew up for you? Was there any useful information? Here. You can see for yourself. Take a good look. Take good care of it. That's all I have left of my mentor. I will. I better hold on to this real tight. Alright. Psychological profile. Classified. Emotional output of the voice extremely weak compared to typical voices. Subject deemed to have unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation. No emotional fluctuation, huh? A spy who experiences no emotions, not sadness nor anger, and naturally no fear. He's the very definition of a phantom, a monster with no heart. Don't you see? This creature is the rot that destroyed our lives, and set what ails us into emotion. Oh, frick you! The Phantom, yes, indeed. A fitting name for the one who has brought darkness to our world. Did someone say darkness?
Very well then. Seems a faint image of this man has started to take shape. Based on what we have learned, I'd like all of you to conduct further investigation. This is not a formal trial, but I do want to follow protocol. If I may, I'd like to hand down my verdicts and bring these proceedings to an end.
Whatever. Do what you want.
You'll hear no objections from me. Yes, please, Your Honor. It's over. It's finally over. Who wears gloves?
Well, in that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, holy shit.
Who wears gloves? You? You? I don't think it's you. You wear gloves, but you're definitely not. You're dead. And you're gay. That's all. That's my input. Gay, 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 gay. Straight, unfortunately.
We don't...
Gay.
I don't think we get to that part.
Millennial pause.
As a result of this trial, your innocence has been proven. The verdict handed down 7 years ago is hereby overturned. Now, the defendant of the current trial, Miss Athena Sykes.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Pardon me, I'm talking to you!
Athena, you're more than welcome.
If everyone is ready, I will now give my verdict. Motherfucker! Who said that? You.
I'm so sorry.
Apollo! What is the meaning of this? Who is this lost sassy child? Congratulations, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Edgeworth. You uncovered the truth from 7 years ago, and you saved Prosecutor Blackwell. However, I can't allow this trial to end just yet. Why, Apollo? Why would you do this to us?
Man! Apollo! What's wrong with you?
I assume we're ending it off today.
What time is it? 1:20?
It's 1:20.
We're gonna keep going.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, save! I'm just gonna go to the washroom real quick.
Okay.
We're having a fun time, aren't we?
Okay. No, wait until he finds out about who the culprit is. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. But hey, at least Simon's free now. I think we're gonna figure that out in this segment, and after that, it's just proving that it's him. How is everybody today? Athena's Lex is so adorable. She and Simon are so siblings. They're so siblings. Or little sister. Oh. Oh my.
Chat, did I just write the song of the summer?
Mm-hmm.
Why is my mic picking up on something when I am not speaking? Awesome. Lovely. Continue. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da. Bum, bum, bum,
December
bum,
20.
bum, ba-da-da. Who is this twink, and why did he invade the courtroom? Mr. Justice, please explain yourself! It's very simple. There isn't much to explain. The defendant, Miss Athena Sykes, might not be innocent. How about you kill yourself? What are you talking about? The case from 7 years ago has been settled. I'm not talking about the past here. I'm talking about the present case. Oh, I forgot about that.
How dare you? Clay
bad.
Terran, bro. Clay Terran.
It's still not clear who killed Clay Terran. Yeah, Kazuma Asagi, try that one. It's still not clear who killed Clay Terran. Not... fuck. Clear who killed Clay Terran.
Apollo, why would you?
Because you threw a policeman at me. I don't know. Miss Sykes, please listen quietly to what I have to say. What in the world is Apollo trying to do? Your Honor, please allow me a little of the court's time. But this is a trial for the case from 7 years ago. Yes, Miss Blackquill, I'd like to ask a favor of you. Just as you lost someone close to you, I lost someone close to me too. I'm sure you want to know the real truth of what happened as much as I do.
Apollo. Oh god, it froze. Hang on. It
Is it
froze
still
on me.
Is it? Oh, okay, there we go.
Sure, I'm all for the truth. Now let's see you expose the princess's guilt.
Aura, you sound so
Judge,
tired.
I give my position.
Position!
Continue with the trial.
You
Judge, I
said
give you my
position.
permission. Position? Did I?
You
Damn
said...
it. Damn it.
Is that alright with you,
Position.
Prosecutor Edgeworth? I don't have a say. My daughter is being held hostage. The prosecution has no objections. Let's hear Mr. Wright's testimony. Of the police investigation report brought immediately. Not you too, Edgeworth. I really hope it's not because you have something up your sleeve. A wedding ring. What?
Hmm?
Very well.
You're not married?
Please, prosecutor.
No, we're not married. As you wish, let's review the case of the murder of Clay Terran. It was made clear in the previous trial that Solomon Starbuck was not his killer. Therefore, the true culprit was someone else. On that day, this culprit waited for the astronauts on boarding Lounge 1 when the two men made their escape out of the Space Museum. The killer attacked Mr. Terran with the same type of knife that was used 7 years ago. The murderer escaped into the Space Museum. Next, Director Yuri Cosmos switched the launch pads. After that, the culprit exited the Space Museum and escaped via boarding Lounge 2. Therefore, this trial must make clear who Mr. Terran's true killer was. In other words, we must discover who it was that escaped through the Space Museum that day.
Thank you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Better rearrange my evidence. Relevant evidence swapped into the court record. You're here. And you. Also you. And... Oh my god.
I wonder how he got a hold of all that.
It was in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I suspected Miss Sykes of the... I suspected Miss Sykes of the murder of Clay Terran. My growing suspicions were confirmed when this incriminating evidence presented itself. In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launch pad switch to escape. That is why I wish to indict... You know what? I just gotta... Indict. I was right. Miss Sykes on the charge of murder. What are we whispering about? Order in the court! Hold on.
Mr. Justice, you realize you are charging your own coworker with murder, don't you?
Yes, Your Honor, because that is the conclusion of my investigation led me to.
But Apollo, why? How could you suspect me too?
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. I don't get it. Just what did you find out over the past few days to make you think this? What first made you suspicious of Miss Sykes? It all started when Miss Sykes and I were investigating the crime scene. When she saw the weapon that killed Mr. Terran, my bracelet reacted. She said she'd never seen the knife before, but my bracelet told me otherwise. Then every time after that, my bracelet would react when she talked about the case. Or Apollo must have been beside himself during that investigation. I didn't know what to do or think. I couldn't even sleep. In that condition, I knew it wouldn't be any good in court. So I decided to wear an eye patch, so I wouldn't be able to perceive any of her tells.
Freaking emo.
So he should have been. Oh my god. No, that would have been worse. I was gonna be like, he should have a headband, like a bandana over his eyes, and then my brain was like, that's just like Aaron Lycan from my street.
Please shut up. We don't.
So that's why Apollo was acting so strangely. But the reason Miss Sykes unconsciously reacted to the knife that way is because she stabbed her mother's murderer with one identical to it 7 years ago. The knife was also the murder weapon that was used to kill Clay Terran. My bracelet could have also reacted her because she knew she was his killer too. I don't like that. Stop doing that.
I know.
Is that the Kristoff parallel that everyone's like screaming
Yes.
about?
Yes.
I guess he has a point.
It makes me cry.
My bracelet wasn't the only reason I became suspicious of her. after my suspicions were confirmed.
Hold it!
That's the lighter that was found in the Space Museum with her fingerprints on it, right? But even if it seems decisive, there must be other facts we don't know about yet. If that's so, go ahead and prove it then. Look, honestly, I don't want to believe it's true either, but Miss Sykes was the only one who was in the Space Museum at the time of the murder. But Mr. Justice, Miss Sykes had absolutely no motive to kill Mr. Terran. 7 years ago, Miss Sykes lived at the Cosmos Space Center. It wouldn't be strange if she had some kind of connection to him. Besides, people sometimes kill for motives we can't even imagine. Now, you've seen plenty of cases like that in your own career, Mr. Wright.
This is killing me. This is killing me so much.
I still can't believe this. How can you actually suspect Athena, Apollo? It's a lot of A names in one place.
Hold it!
Isn't it possible that somebody else used the same escape route? I'm afraid not, Mr. Wright. Why not? Recall there is a security camera in boarding lounge 1 aimed at the launch pad door. It's the camera that captured Mr. Terran with Mr. Starbuck. There's also another security camera in boarding lounge 2. It recorded Mr. Terran's killer. Or rather, Miss Sykes coming at... Can I have that, please? A camera in boarding lounge 2? First I've heard of it, but it makes sense. Athena said she snuck into the Space Museum the night before the incident. And then she was overcome and passed out until around the next day. Flashback, 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 flashback. That must have been when the camera captured her. That's what made Apollo suspect her even more. But wait a minute. In that case, it most likely recorded the true culprit as well. That's a negative on that one too, Mr. Wright. The footage taken after the incident. Miss Sykes is the only one who appears. What? Why?
Haha.
That can't be. But if it is, then it's incredibly incriminating. Wasn't it you who proved in the previous trial the way the culprit used it via the Space Museum after the pads had been switched? A fact you previously proved turned on its ear, leaving your client high and dry. I must say, that is vintage Phoenix Wright. That's why I wish to indict Miss Athena Sykes. Believing in your client till the end is a basic principle of good defense. Shouldn't you extend that same principle to your own coworker? You're probably right. Maybe I'm not even fit to be a lawyer. Maybe someday I'll know what law is. However, I don't care. This case is special to me. Clay was my friend. And that's why I just have to know the truth. Paul suspected his trusted coworker of killing his friend. To dispel his doubts, he investigated on his own, but that only led to more doubts. Paula must have been really struggling with this. Well, Apollo may have doubts, but... Excuse me. I'll say it again. Athena Sykes isn't the murderer. And I have only one thing to say. Evidence is everything in court. Well, Mr. Wright?
It kills me.
Think you have the concrete proof to knock down my argument? Your arguments have been very clear, Mr. Justice. And your facts appear to be indisputable. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think of my theory? A game theory! Thanks for watching. Looks like not even you can deny it. Miss Sykes was the only one who used the only possible escape route. Under these circumstances, there can be no other suspect but the defendant. Unless... You think there was an alternative escape route? Is that what you think, Mr. Wright?
Is there?
Is that what you think, Mr. Wright?
Is that what you think, Phoenix? Is there...
Yeah, of course. You know.
I don't know. Yes, of course there must have been. Just don't ask me what. You're just bluffing again, aren't you? Me? Bluff? No way. He knows me too well.
It's fine, Mr. Wright. Even a bluff would suit me. Wait, is who is she?
I think this is Athena.
I think that's Apollo. That's Apollo.
Oh, it's fine, Mr. Wright. Even a bluff would suit me just fine. As long as you can clear up this doubt inside me. Wait, so is that what this is all about? Oh, what? Oh, yo,
Mm-hmm.
yo, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really, fully trust her.
So that you can really trust me?
Yo, we're jazzy up in here. It seems your junior partner had just showed us what trials are truly all about. I believe you're right. We prosecutors painstakingly question every detail in pursuit of the defendant, while we lawyers believe in and defend our clients to the very end.
When both sides go out all against each other, that's when we discover the truth.
Precisely. And when the battle is over, we will understand the true meaning of trust. That is exactly what trials are about, wouldn't you agree? Yes. I couldn't ignore the seed of doubt that was growing inside me. Did you two rehearse that speech? Because that was like, you know, like, connected. So I decided to face it head on. No matter what the truth is that's waiting ahead, I won't be afraid. It's so like Apollo. Always uber earnest about things like this. Mr. Justice, I vow to dispel every last bit of doubt in your heart. Good. Because I want to believe in Miss Sykes again. You're really hoping there was an alternative route, weren't you, Apollo? If I use the process of elimination, there really aren't that many possibilities. Director Cosmos was at the southern exit, leaving only the control room and the corridor to the Space Museum. Which door could the culprit have escaped through? Come on, Mr. Wright! Where do you think the culprit escaped to?
Let me tell you right now, it's not boarding lounge 1.
I think it's boarding lounge 1. Okay. Who are you? What is this? The culprit?
Culprit. Where did the culprit escape to? If they were in
The elevators. I don't know.
It's not the control room.
Stop talking. Space Museum corridor.
The Space Museum corridor, maybe? Hey, remember, there were leaves. We found leaves in the Space Museum corridor.
Take that!
Okay, no.
They really only could have escaped into the Space Museum. What to do was use the unconscious Mr. Starbucks Prince to get through the door. It appears that all you're trying to establish is Miss Sykes' guilt. Okay. I knew it. It's the only way it could be, huh? The culprit escaped into the core. Yeah, and I guess it's true. But Miss Sykes was the only person captured by the boarding lounge 2 security camera. I investigated the crime scene thoroughly. I don't think I'm allowed to do that, you know, but the only place the culprit could have escaped to was the Space Museum corridor. There weren't any other secret corridors or anything. That leaves us with no other conclusion but to draw that. Okay, well, I haven't lost any health yet, so what could the answer be?
Yes.
Hold on a second, what if... and went out the side?
I wonder.
Where did those mysterious leaves we saw in the corridor come from? What if they're a clue to the culprit's real escape route? I think it is possible that the culprit escaped into the Space Museum, then came out using another route into blurring by Sorry. Oh, what are you saying? Launchpad 1 and Space Museum were switched after the bombing, meaning the Space Museum corridor was moving along the rail at the time. Which is exactly when an alternative escape route opened up for a culprit. Are you kidding me? Judging by the intense look on your eyes, I take it you're serious. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Do tell. Where could the culprit have gone from the museum corridor besides the boarding lounge, too? What?
Where could he have gone?
Where could the culprit have gone from the museum corridor besides the boarding lounge, too?
He escaped while the launch pads were moving.
Here. We found something odd while investigating the museum corridor this afternoon. Namely, a few dead leaves on the floor. Considering where dead leaves come from, they point us from exactly to where the culprit escaped to. Yes, I remember seeing some leaves myself. Ah! Do you mean? Yep. While the Space Museum was in motion, just beyond the corridor's safety door, was an alternative place that the culprit could have used to escape. In other words, the culprit's real escape route was the area outside the Space Center. You're freaking insane! I think we established this like 8 years ago. Do you know how impossible that would be? The corridor is level with the 3rd floor. Even if the culprit tried to leap to the outside wall of the Space Center building, they would fall to their death. Oh, the ladder. Ordinarily, yes. But after the bombing incident, the culprit can make use of a certain item. And what item was it exactly, Mr. Wright? Alright, this is what I used. The bomb! No. An emergency ladder. There was an emergency ladder in the 4th floor of the lab, and it used that day of the explosion to help evacuate people. Miss Blackwell herself used the ladder to escape down to the ground level. Recall that the launch pads were switched after the ladder was lowered. The corridor would have passed by the ladder while the pads were being switched. And that's when the culprit literally sprang into action. And leapt onto the ladder. What? Who could have imagined? Order the court! An alternative escape route seems to have emerged. Which means someone other than Miss Sykes could have been the culprit, right?
Objection.
Making things up on the fly in an attempt to sway the court again, are we, Mr. Wright? Your theory has so many holes, it puts Swiss cheese to shame. Alright then. Name one. I have here detailed information about the Space Center. According to this, the distance between the museum corridor and the main building during movement is a full 20 feet. 20 feet? You're pulling my leg, right? In addition to the corridor, is 3 floors above the ground, or roughly 50 feet. What's more, the culprit would be leaping to a precarious place. An unstable ladder. Okay, well they just parkoured like in Minecraft. Easy. Or, you know, they press shift. Human beings fear dangerous
Well?
No! It's not in my correct. No! Human beings feel fear in dangerous situations.
You
It's
pulled
a
up the
basic
people.
survival. Yes, I know. An ordinary person would certainly hesitate before jumping. Or even freeze in fear and not jump at all.
Objection!
But the culprit had just murdered someone. They weren't in an ordinary state of mind. An arrest was my essay. Nevertheless, why would they have taken that kind of risk? They could have waited for the switch to be complete and escaped to the boarding lounge too.
Objection!
And risk being caught? Because there was a security camera in boarding lounge too. The culprit knew they would be recorded if they left the Space Museum that way. In that case, the culprit could have hidden in the museum until things settled down. And then blended in with the other people at the museum was opened. That's a good point! But you claim that despite all this, the culprit took a 20-foot death-defying leap. Now in the brief moment of the corridor and ladder passed each other. That's also a good point. They would have needed a running start while the corridor was moving to make that jump. If their timing was off, or if they couldn't jump far enough, it would have been instant death. What kind of person would attempt something like that? Me. I jumped off a bridge one time. No, you fell, unwillingly. Stop bringing up good points, Edgeworth. This true culprit of yours is nothing but a figment of your imagination. Why do you always have to point out every flaw? Mr. Edgeworth's right. That does sound pretty insane. The culprit would have to be someone who feels no fear like a stuntman. Everyone feels fear on some sort. Oh, it's here!
Oh, dear.
Wait a minute. Haha,
You pulled the wrong.
I've got it this time. No, I thought it was gonna be in the profiles because Dahlia was in there. Could prove that there was someone who could have used this alternate escape route. Oh, can you now? Yes, his name is James Valiant. I mean, sorry.
Take that!
What? What's that, Mr. Wright? Bunch of papers. Here, read it. It just says, Edgeworth, will you marry me? What? Oh, that's my proposal speech. No, give that back, please. Here, it's this paper, actually. This
Wait,
is
proposals?
No, you didn't hear anything. This is a certain person's very interesting psych profile. The subject doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. In other words, this person doesn't feel happiness, sadness, or fear. Doesn't feel fear?
Where's Nutella?
Right. You can't be serious. Without the constraint of fear, he could easily do what an ordinary person wouldn't dare. Just as you or I could do a broad jump on the ground without the slightest fear. This subject can make a 20-foot leap, 50 feet up in the air. He could choose to do this extreme way of escaping without hesitation. So you're saying that to a person without fear, the alternative route would be quicker and eliminate the chance that they'd be spotted? That's, wow, where'd this electric guitar come from? Definitely pretty extreme, Mr. Wright.
But was there such a person there at the scene?
Yes. The Phantom. The mysterious, shadowy figure who keeps popping up.
Oh dear.
The Phantom. Again. I knew the Phantom was there behind the scenes of the Space Center bombing. I wasn't sure if he was connected to the murder of Clay Terran as well. However, now it's all clear. The Phantom is the one who not only bombed the Space Center, but also killed Mr. Terran.
Wow. What?
What?
Order in the court order, I say. Mr. Wright, please continue.
There were just too many similarities between this case and the one from 7 years ago. But why, you may ask? It can only be because both incidents were the work of the same Phantom. So then this Phantom is the one who killed Clay? But who is he? Can you, take off your bandages on your right hand, Apollo, real quick? This Phantom has been haunting this case, pulling the strings in the background.
I hate.
Who could this unidentified international spy be? Cypher and Rain first. I mean, who's that? Right. This escape route must have been part of the Phantom's plan from the start. As was tricking Director Cosmos into switching the launch pads. The bomb on the second floor was meant to make elevators and stairs unstable. That's why he gave an advance warning and planted the bombs where he did. Yes, I think you're right. But it doesn't explain this one last thing.
So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. Hey.
Maybe if I turn my camera on.
Hey. How are we feeling? It's loading. Hey. How are we feeling?
There's no couch for me to jump over, but I do
How
have
are
a
we
chair.
How are we feeling? Oh no. Wait, no! Oh.
So, I am absolutely correct, and I am right in every possible way. I'm a master detective, and Sherlock Holmes is nothing. Let me turn this off
So,
here.
how are we feeling? I've been saying how much I don't like him from the start.
But he had a cool jazz theme.
I've been saying how much I didn't like him from the start since we started playing this months ago.
So I lowered my... that you already read this.
But it was such a pain, blah blah blah.
Yada yada. The robotics lab wasn't the only room with an emergency ladder. But he couldn't have made that leap unless he was certain which one it would be. So you mean... the Phantom must be someone who knew that particular ladder was going to be used? That's right.
Who could it be?
Wait a minute. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to? Miss Blackwell lowered the ladder after being told to by the detective leading the... Ah! 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 You've gotta be kidding me. Did you figure it out right? Do you know who the Phantom is? Yes, I do. All we gotta do is make him take off his gloves now. Who is it? Who killed Clay? Our mystery spy, known as the Phantom, is none other than... Clay no. Funky Jazz Man. After the explosions, a member of the staff crossed paths with a certain detective. I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. Yo, 3D! As for the detective who's leading the evacuation from the 4th floor, he had a very specific objective in mind. Wait a minute. Did she lower her emergency ladder just like the detective leading the evacuation told her to? His objective was to secure his own escape route. We lowered an emergency ladder from the oh my god. I think we get it.
This repeats for like a couple times.
This is the detective you all know. He's even the lead detective on the current case. Dick Gumshoe! Sorry. He appears to be a very emotional man. But his psych profile says he is without emotion.
Take that!
What are you saying? You mean the Phantom is Detective Bobby Fulbright? Exactly. We're all taken in by his fake persona. Detective Fulbright's real identity is the Phantom!
Order! Order on the court! Mr. Wright, how could this be?
Well, that's easy, Your Honor. Detective Fulbright was leading the 4th floor evacuation effort. Our first clue is that he made no attempt to have any other ladder put to use. The ladder in the robotics lab is the only one he ordered to be lowered. The second is that he directed everybody to the basement shelter via this ladder. Verily! It was all part of his plan to create an escape route. After Detective Fulbright saw to it that the ladder was lowered from the robotics lab, he went to the lounge where he killed Clay Terran and escaped into the Space Museum. The museum started moving slowly, so he waited for the right time, got a running start. And just as the corridor was passing the ladder, he leapt onto it. I don't believe it. That addle-padded detective did it all. Was it really him? I mean, all this time I thought... Sorry, we didn't catch your name. My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright. The heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil. The champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. And my catchphrase, in justice we trust. I just thought he was an idiot.
And the concern for Simon was all just one big act.
I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. That monster killed Clay! He had me completely fooled! Come to think of it, he's the one who brought that bloodstained lighter to court too! That scumbag even made me turn on Athena! Damn it! How the hell did I fall for that? For him to have wormed his way into the police department as well. Your Honor, the defense demands to question Detective Bobby Fulbright.
Yes, I agree that we need to hear from him right away. The court will take a short recess and then Detective Fulbright. Whoa! What just happened?
What?
We'll take the stand.
How many more hours is left in this thing?
There's like 2 more hours, bro.
Oh my
You should
god.
just play through this. Let's play through this part. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. Wait, remember.
Athena, are you eating something?
No. If it wasn't for everything you did.
My bracelet is reacting! Oh, Athena, you're lying! I don't think me just yet. We still have an uphill battle to fight.
You got it, boss.
He's so sad. I'm emo now. For nothing.
Apollo.
Oh, this is awkward.
Phoenix and his kids.
A twink and a redhead. Sorry. Athena, can you do me a favor?
Huh? What is it?
Could you punch me, please?
What? What? Why would I do that?
Because I should have believed in you. I let the seed of doubt inside me get the best of me. And I'm really sorry that I didn't try. Ah!
Don't be such a dope! How did you say that one? I was really touched by what you did.
Huh? Now, what are you talking about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So once the truth finally comes out, I can really, fully trust her.
You took the time and effort to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. And after all that, how could I punch a true friend like you, Apollo?
We didn't have any trouble slapping him a second ago. Thanks, Athena. And thanks for waking me up to reality again. I guess I now know who to call if I ever get sleepy in court. Looks like you have, I think this is
Some
Edgeworth.
promising young, yeah.
It looks like you have some promising young people working under you. He's still built like a box. Edgeworth. Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself. They're not afraid to keep me in line. Anyway, I have some very good news. Aura Blackwell has surrendered and the hostages have been set free. Trucy and all the others? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Blackwell said she had something she really needed to do. So I granted her special permission to do what she must. I wonder what it is. I think she's beating up Simon Blackwell at the moment. Oh, never mind, she's here. Miss Blackwell.
I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're thinking.
Simon's in the next room if you want to beat him up. I'm just saying. I'm saying.
My actions are what allowed the truth of what happened 7 years ago to come to light.
Kill yourself.
But I did come because I had something to say to all of you.
Miss Aura.
She better not be here to complain about something. Miss Blackwell, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault.
Yeah, it's true, the courts are filled with incompetent idiots. Still. I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me.
Oh, Miss Aura, does that mean you're going to start trusting the system again?
No, of course not. Be quiet, Uncle Junk. Aww. Uh-oh. It's just... I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Matis's killer down. How do you pronounce her name? Matis?
Matus,
Matis.
leave it to us. We'll get him. So I guess that means she's starting to trust us at least. Yeah, I'm here too.
Hi!
Simon. I'm so glad both you and the princess were cleared of all suspicion.
Don't fucking lie to me.
And it's all thanks to me and my robots. You'd better be grateful.
I'm going to kill you. I never imagined he would go that far. Though you always were extreme. But I don't recall ever requesting your help.
As closed as ever, I see. Well, now that you've been released, I guess it's my turn to go live in the slammer. I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial. You'd probably give me the death penalty.
I would like to do that, yes. You know me all too well. I guess
Well,
love can
that's
take
so
on a
much.
variety of expressions, including stunt and, in their case. I did not say that correctly. Well, look over there, a bird. But I was truly about to be executed tomorrow. Though because of you, it looks like I won't be crossing the Styx just yet. Athena's like, what? You were about to be what tomorrow? Oh, did no one tell you? You have my heartfelt thanks, Aura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish.
So emo. Simon.
Please take your shoulder pads off. I don't like them.
Oh. I'm so glad, Simon. So very glad to hear you say that.
Aura.
Alright, that's enough of that. Bailiff, take me to the detention center.
Yeah, sure.
just
Bailiff Mike Meekins over here. Oh my god, Meekins. What are you doing here? Miss Blackwood. Oh my gosh. What Miss Blackwell did was inexcusable. But it's clear she did it out of the love for her brother. That's not. It's still not an excuse.
Yeah, it's inexcusable. I still can't wrap my mind around Detective Fulbright being the Phantom.
I can't believe he killed Clay. Right.
Sure.
And murdered my mentor. Which brought distress, great distress upon little Athena. Chief Prosecutor? Yes? I would ask a favor. Would you allow me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial? I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hand. That was my plan all along. After all, it's highly unconventional for a man of my position to stand in court. I believe my son is crying because he fell somewhere. I have my father senses. Like, smash cut to, like, Kay and Sebastian. They're, like, trying to teach Sebastian how to ride a bike, and he fell. I can't do this anymore, Kay!
You're 27. You're 25.
I can't do this. Jesus, stop crying. What the hell's wrong with you?
Like 28 years old now.
How old is... No, they're 24. Oh, yeah, they're 24. Because they're same... Oh, they're 20,
okay.
25 around. Because
25.
same age, they're same age as, Kay's 24, Seb is 25, because Clavier's 25, they're the same age. The formal paperwork
Same
is
age.
yet to be filed. Yeah, same. Yeah, Sebastian and Clavier are same age.
That's the same age as them.
The same age as Hugh O'Connor. but you were hereby conditionally released. What is that? Whatever. Please take the prosecutor's bench in your official capacity and uncover the truth by your own hand. I'm much obligated. Obliged. Shit. What was that?
I have no idea. The animation is so wild here.
I can't believe they animated... You know, so the first 3D game to come out with Phoenix Wright in it was the crossover game with Layton.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happened in that game?
What?
Phoenix had the summation examination animation.
Oh.
I mean, he was walking. He was walking.
He had legs?
Yes, he had legs. And it was like,
He had
it was, you know, it was
legs?
pretty good. It was pretty good. And then they came out with this, and then Great Ace Attorney happened, so I guess all the effort and animation went to that thing, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
The day
Good
to
story,
part with
good
these
visuals.
chains. Yeah.
Who cares?
The day to part with these have come at last. Chief Prosecutor, could you?
Sir, you've been breaking them off in court. I don't know what to tell you, sir.
Not the cuffs, just the chains connecting them.
He's broken the cuffs before.
You have a really big mouth. How long have I waited? Maybe it's the sense of freedom, but even the air seems fresher. The light brighter.
How would you know your eyes are closed?
Oh, sorry, that's just me. I'm shining a flashlight in your face, Simon.
Athena, why? Why? Why are you doing this to me? I didn't read the thing.
It's canon now.
I don't have to be able to read his heart to know how happy, see how happy he is.
I'm so glad. But I won't cry this yet. After all, we still got a try to finish.
It's okay to cry, Athena, I promise.
Aww.
Prosecutor Blackwell, Mr. Wright, please avenge Clay's death for me. What are you talking about, Apollo? You're coming to the defense's bench with me. I am? Well, I can't expect Athena to assist me now, can I? She's the defendant. That leaves you, Apollo.
Girl.
But are you sure you want me?
Tell that to Maya.
I took a leave of absence and everything. Wonderful. Well, you're back now. Our office is pretty short-handed. And you're all I've got. Thank you, Mr. Wright.
Apollo?
Athena. I can say it with all my heart now. I believe in your complete innocence. And now we're going to prove it to the world.
Thank you, Apollo. I know you can do it.
Now stop being emo, please.
So, you won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right? Right, because I'm fine now.
Because I'm fine now.
This
Oh,
is so weird.
alright. That's a
It's
really
just
long bandage, bro.
It's just left on the floor. It's just left on the floor.
Wow, he had
He
two
was injured
separate
by
bandages.
explosion. He was injured by explosion.
Oh, those are his hand wraps.
Yes.
I was
he
like, what
injured
is
by
that? I'm like,
explosion.
now this is the Apollo I know.
Welcome back, Apollo.
I've been here the whole time. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's almost time for the trial to restart. Looks like you've things something. Sorry.
Black and cord in
Yep.
the corner.
Hold on. How do I spell decision? There we go.
Decision.
I should head back to the prosecutor's office. It might be on fire.
But why?
I just said it might be on fire.
Oh.
I want to look into a few things. Namely, the first people on the scene 7 years ago. The facial data registered by the robot. And Detective Fulbright's background. Sounds great, Edgeworth. Thanks. I expect to be repaid with a victory, right? Maybe even a ring. Who knows?
Yeah.
What did you say? No, nothing. Now if you'll excuse me.
Did we hear that right?
Sorry,
Hello?
Athena, did you hear something?
Into the one with perfectly good hearing.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
best
yeah.
one.
Did he say something?
He did.
What did he say?
I don't think I should say.
Apollo, did you hear what he said? Yeah. Can you tell me? No. Why are you like this? Because you're an old man and I don't like you. Okay. Okay. You two all set to go? You bet I am.
Let's do this.
Traffic light trio. No, it's not traffic light trio. I'm not. Phoenix isn't green. You know who traffic?
Well, in some places it's blue, so like.
That's true.
You know.
This is it. The final battle. Ooh, this is Phoenix. This is it. The final battle. This really
Why did it
will be
sound-
the final testimony.
Why was it on the verge of being British?
The murder of Apollo's friend. The courtroom bombing incident. And the case that ushered in the dark age of the law 7 years ago. Destiny has called us to bring the one responsible for it all to justice today. By today, I mean tomorrow.
Bring it
So,
back for tomorrow. Yay! We finally got to the Blackwell sibling scene.
kill myself.
Ew, reggae. What? Hey. Ew, reggae on my timeline. Oh, how are we feeling?
Come on and slam, and welcome to the gym. Come on and slam, if you want a gym.
Alright, this is here. I still really miss that music, bro. I really like this original part, and they made it weird in the next two games. I no like it. My apologies. Let's see, I've done barely anything. Opening objection. Wow. Forensics. Trucy's woes. Awesome. For answering love during Detective Fulbright's psych-log in episode 4. You can do that? Having presented Phoenix with the Themis Herald in episode... What?
Why is he Phoenix? Why is he Phoenix?
He's a Feeny.
Why is he Phoenix? Phoenix.
Help, why is it on Godot? Bum, bum, bum.
Juicy looks so adorable.
Oh, we gotta listen to this. How do I... Oh, R? Yeah.